So yesterday we got our very first teaser for our next round-based zombies map, Berlin. In the Season 4 trailer, this little teaser that you guys have just seen is what we got, and this is without a doubt our next round-based zombies map, which takes place in Berlin. Now, it's not an awful lot, but since this is the Season 4 trailer, this does confirm the map is coming next season. Season 4 actually begins next week, but I would only assume that the map is actually releasing in Season 4 Reloaded because we are getting the second Outbreak Easter egg at the beginning of Season 4. So to give us two main Easter egg quests to complete at the same time, one for me doesn't really make sense. I can't see them doing that. Also, the last time they spoke about this Berlin map, which was Season 3 Reloaded, they said they were still working on it. That was about a month ago and it sounded nowhere near ready. It could come at the beginning of Season 4 or close to it. We'll just have to wait for the roadmap, but personally, I think we'll see it in Season 4 Reloaded, which is just over a month away. However, what is interesting about this teaser is, even though it's only a couple of seconds long, we see zombies in a subway. We know the map is taking place in Berlin, and this very same subway can be seen in the campaign mission, Brick in the Wall, which means that at least part of the zombies map is going to be based off the campaign mission. And this isn't surprising because the exact same thing happened for Firebase C. The starting area of that map is taken from one of the campaign missions. I'm pretty sure D Machine is totally unique, but from the looks of it, and as I would have guessed, parts of our next zombies map are going to be taken from the Brick in the Wall mission, which is kind of good, at least for this video, because we can get a preview of what it could potentially look like. We start off this mission in the subway. It could be that the subway is also the starting area of the next map. Comparing it to the teaser, the location is exactly the same, the only difference being there are zombies and the train is actually on fire. And that makes me think, is the train going to be used as a transport system? I can't imagine the map's that big. The train in this teaser is also on fire, so maybe that means we aren't able to go in it and it's just there as a distraction, something we have to avoid, but who knows. And then as we go above ground in this map, I have to say, if the zombies map is anything like this mission, I think it's going to be good. One of my biggest complaints about Cold War Zombies so far is that the maps we have, D Machine, Firebase C especially, they have no personality. No character, they feel a little bit empty, they feel like campaign missions or multiplayer maps. They don't feel like zombies maps. If you think back to what we used to have, Shadows of Evil, the amount of life that was in that city, Der Eisendrache, the castle felt like it was alive, the amount of character that was in Mob of the Dead. You compare any of those maps to the ones we have in Cold War, and they feel a little bit lifeless, empty. But in the Brick in the Wall mission, I think this is one of the nicest looking ones in the game. The rain falling down, the dark, the atmosphere, the tension you can feel being there when you're not supposed to be. There are also multiple areas with tight corridors, stairs, places that are only lit up with one light. The atmosphere in this mission is one of my favourites, so if they can just replicate this and bring it into the zombies map, hopefully, for me at least, this could be the first Cold War Zombies map where I actually feel like it's actually a zombies map. The other problem with that is if they are going to take a lot of it from the campaign, which is fine in some cases, why would you make brand new assets for a zombies map if it's taking place in the same location as one of the campaign missions? It's just a waste of time. So I'm okay with them doing that, as long as they're changing out the layout and it doesn't feel exactly the same as the campaign mission. That's pretty much what Firebase C did. The starting area is taken straight from the campaign with some changes, but the main area is totally unique. So it could be that the subway is taken from the campaign, but the level above ground is different. Maybe some areas are the same. I would expect the same buildings, just taken and moved about. But as long as it feels unique to zombies, that's fine. But yeah, as I was saying, if you just take a look above ground, this is one of the nicest missions in the campaign, which also gives me a lot of hope for our zombies map. Also, another thing to note is we were told by leaks that potentially this map could include Kino Der Toten, and whilst nothing's being confirmed, from everything that we know about it so far, there's no reason for it not to. It would be the perfect chance for Treyarch to include Kino into this map. Not all of it, maybe we can just enter the starting room, but they both take place in the same location. Kino is in Berlin, our zombies map is in Berlin. The specific location we've been shown for this zombies map is not too far from Kino, so there's a very high chance that we could be seeing it. If you take a look outside of Kino Der Toten, you can also see the Berlin Wall. There is the TV tower in the background. Kino took place in the 1960s, where zombies in Cold War is in the 1980s, and from the looks of it, this map is going to be set at night, whereas Kino was in the day. So that's very exciting. I'm really looking forward to this map. This mission gives us a nice preview of what it could look like. But what about the storyline then? What will that revolve around? Well, the main reason, as with all of our zombies maps, that we are going to Berlin is because that's where Omega are going to be. It was originally Valentina's idea to go there. Whilst we don't know her full plan, she chose Berlin specifically because the One told her to. There is a voice talking to her in her head. This voice, as far as I can tell, is the one. However, Valentina doesn't know that because she believes the person she's hearing is Dr. Vogel, who is her father.
I was always there, in spirit, in your heart. I must be content with that, for you are no longer my child. You stand upon your own achievements now. Never forget me, and never forget how proud I am of you. My greatest work, my gift to the world.
Now, tell me what you have done for me.
As you just heard from that radio, this voice, who I think is the one, is pretending to be Dr. Vogel. We heard about him in Die Machine. He was the one who started all of this off. He caused the first Undead outbreak. We don't know an awful lot about his and Valentina's relationship, but from what Vogel, or the one, is saying to her here, how he is proud of her, she is his greatest work, his gift to the world, it sounds like Vogel is Valentina's father, and what she believes he wants is to release the Nazis from the Dark Ether. At the end of World War II, as the Nazis were about to lose the war, Hitler sent the remaining members of the Reich into the Dark Ether, where they've been there ever since the 1940s. Turned into the undead, they've been hoarding as a group, waiting. We're now 40 years later in the 1980s. There is a massive horde of undead Nazis in the Dark Ether, and from what I would guess, Valentina is about to release them in the heart of Germany. What better place than Berlin? So that's the main reason why Omega are going there, or at least Valentina. Her plan is to release the Nazis from the Dark Ether. However, it seems that the rest of Omega don't know that. Dr. Peck, Gorov, Kravchenko, they don't know the real reason why Valentina wants to go here, and I guess the other major question is, well, where is Eddie? Because we are on DLC 3, which is what Berlin is. There are only 2 more seasons left of Cold War, which should mean 1 more round-based zombies map. However, we are yet to see Eddie. We know he existed in this universe. We have been told in intel that he's dead, but for me that's very hard to believe. It could be that Samantha and Weaver believes he's dead, when in reality he isn't. I've done videos on that already, but if he isn't dead, then when will we see him? Will it be Berlin? Will it be the final map? We'll just have to wait and see. So guys, there we go, that is it. That is all I have for you for today's video. As always, hopefully you have enjoyed. If you have, you know what to do. Drop a like rating. Make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest videos on the channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.